Okay, Shalom, we're back. I'm going to go into the next law of the commandments. Like I said, these are the umbrella to all the other laws of the 613 laws. The 10 commandments are the heading, the topic of the other laws, 613 laws. So what I'm showing you right now is within the commandments, how do you break down each commandment based on the laws? Alright, so now we have Exodus 20 and 14, and I'm going to show you with this one. It says, thou shalt not commit adultery. Now, think about what could possibly be of the law that's involved with that. Could homosexuality be, thou shalt not commit adultery? No. What would homosexuality be? Homosexuality would be, thou shalt not bow down. It would be Exodus 20 and 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. And what that visiting is bringing plagues, disease, illnesses, sicknesses. It'll go from one father to the son, even the daughters, to the next generation. Visiting the iniquity, visiting the evil of the fathers. And that's going to be on the heads of the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate him. Because homosexuality, that is a law in the scriptures where you're not supposed to do it. It's called an abomination. Deuteronomy, what is that? Numbers, is it Numbers or Leviticus? Let me see here. Go to my scriptures. I believe it's Leviticus 20 or 13. Leviticus 20 verse 13. There it is. So let me type it in. Leviticus 20 and 13. Now you guys think this is a new thing. There's nothing new on the earth. This stuff was around back then. That's how Sodom got destroyed. Remember? Sodom and Gomorrah. So Leviticus 20 and 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. That abomination is idolatry, or something wicked, okay? Something that opposes the law. So there's no way of making up some new law, okay? You can't get around it. You got 613 laws. There's no way around it. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. See that? So that's what that is. So another one would be this. This is another abomination. If a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and ye shall slay the beast. Okay? Same thing. And if a woman approach unto any beast and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman. And the beast, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. You got bestiality. Actually, that is legal in 23 states of the United States today. Bestiality. 23 states. So there is no condemnation in those 23 states if you sleep with a goat, dog, chicken, cow, whale, whatever. Okay? But you will be put to death throughout your generations through illness, sickness, destruction, HIV, AIDS, herpes, all of that unknown plagues. Okay, so let's go back. So that's the law on homosexuality. So that's not fallen within the law of adultery. That's fallen within the law of worshiping a man. See that? A man worshiping a man. You can't do that. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Isn't a man considered like a god? Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. See that? You got dildos, you got all that stuff is an abomination. That goes against the Most High. And that's pretty graphic, but it's just the hard understanding, the easy, hard understanding. So let's go back down to the adultery thing. Exodus 20:14. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Okay, so let's find out what that adultery is. Let's go to Deuteronomy 22. 22, let's go 23. I'm just kind of guessing here. Deuteronomy 22, 23. Here it is. It says here, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed. Betrothed means to be engaged. Okay. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city, and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them. Now the judgmental laws are done away with. This, you can't do this no more. Okay, these people have a chance to repent. Okay, but now if they don't repent, then judgment will come on them in the form of jealousy through the husband. You know, where something, where death could be involved, or whether it be through disease, or whether it be just you slip and fall and bump your head and knock yourself unconscious. All that stuff is of the Most High. It says, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not. In other words, she enjoyed it. Because she cried not, being in the city. And the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. See that? So thou shalt put away evil from among you. See that? It says here, but if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die. See that? So if she yells, then he gonna die. And that husband will have to deal with that woman. You know? Okay. It says here, but unto the damsel that shall do nothing, there is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. Whereas when a man rises up against his neighbor, and that's that jealousy. For as when a man rises against that neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. See that? For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her. All right. So I could go to something else, but I'm not. I'm gonna go back to this to the law, because that one right there, you can spin off of that and go all day on that one little deal. I must be getting tired. Then we go here, Exodus 20 and 1. Let's go back. So Exodus 20, verse 14 again. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Let's see what Yahushua said. Okay. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Let's go to Yahushua. Matthew, chapter 5, I believe. 5 and let's say 27. Okay, Matthew chapter 5, verse 27. There it is. It says, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. Why is Yahushua going back to the law? He said, ye have heard of old time. Okay, so this is during this time that he's speaking. It's supposed to be new time. This is an old time. They still keeping the laws. It says, but I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her have committed adultery with her already in his heart. So you know the Most High's eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun, if not 100 times brighter, and he can see right through your whole little puny mind. He knows what you're thinking before you even think it. You already committed adultery. It says, but I say unto you, and it's really hard in this country, in America, versus like, say for example, a Middle Eastern country where the women are actually covered. Here in America, these women have a license almost to sin, you know, whereby they wear the things that cause men to sin or fall off their pedal, you know, by wearing really tight shorts or, you know, having their hair over the shoulder, anything that cause, you know, a man might be weak and he see that and fall off that pedal, you know, whereas, you know, and there's no respect here in this land, whereas in a country like the Middle East or even Africa or China, Asia, anywhere like that, they cover themselves. The women know the power that they have in their bodies, you know. So it says here, but I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, now it's talking about the men, not a woman looking at a woman. That whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. So a woman looking at a woman, that's abomination. Okay? It's okay to say, oh, you look nice, but not to lust after another woman. Just like you men are not supposed to lust after men. All right? You're supposed to keep it moving. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman, this is, if you're a real man, this is what you're supposed to look at a woman. But, you know, when she's married, you cover yourself. You know, you cover your eyes, you cover your thoughts. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her committed adultery with her already in his heart. And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out. That don't mean necessarily pluck your eye out, okay? That means get rid of that sin and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. That's also talking about brothers coming into the truth and they're walking unrighteously. You know, that's a member too of your body, of Yahweh's body. When you read 1 Corinthians 12 and 12, we all make up the body of Christ, Yahweh HaMashiach. Okay? Matthew 5 and 30. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. Don't cut your arm off, all right? You know, this is just a form of talk. It's like a parable. It's like, I'm kicking it. You ain't really kicking it. You ain't kicking nothing. You just sitting down. You relaxing. This is how they talk. If thy right hand offend thee, cut it off. You don't cut it off. You stop doing that sin. Or you stop dealing with that individual. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Yeah, because that's a form of yeast. It leavens the whole lump. You see? All right. That's why he said, flee from evil. He says to flee from it. Run. Get the heck away from it. Okay, Matthew 5:31. It hath been said, whosoever shall put away his wife, let him give her a writing of divorcement. See that? That was the way of Moses. But I say unto you that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication. So if she go out and sleep with another man, you have a right to give her a bill of divorce. You're free. It says that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery. Now, how does that work? How that whosoever shall put away, so if you divorce your wife, okay, or just put her away, don't even give her a bill of divorcement. Say for example, you just mad at her and you're not sleeping with her when she has needs, because you're not supposed to deprive each other from, from each other's body. So you put her away for a year or 3 months, and that woman works around a bunch of employees who are men employees. Don't you think those men are going to start working on her every day? Well, she's going to eventually get weak. Did not Eve get weak when Satan came around? Okay? That whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of fornication, causes her to commit adultery. So you cause your wife to commit adultery. See that? So you have to be careful when you walk this walk, with the ones that are close to you. It says, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced, committeth adultery. This also goes with you brothers who just divorce your wife for no reason. You just divorce her because she's not in the truth. When you go into 1 Corinthians chapter 7, it speaks about if the unbeliever is okay being with you in the truth, then let her stay. Don't divorce her. But if she wants to leave, let her leave. Okay? But it says here, and whosoever shall marry her that is divorced committeth adultery. So that means you can't just marry somebody who just got a divorce, especially if she's not in the truth, because you'll be committing adultery. See that? You commit adultery when you marry another man's wife. Okay? Whether she got kids or not. So how do we know? How do we prove this? How do we prove this? This fornication being part of adultery. How do we prove that that this is an adulterous generation today? Okay. Let's go to. Let's find out. Let's go to I believe it's Matthew 16:4. Let's go to Matthew 16:4. Stay with me. Here we go. Matthew 16:4. A wicked and this is Yahushua speaking, and we can start with the first verse. The Pharisees also with the Sadducees came, and tempting desired him that he would show them a sign from heaven. He answered and said unto them, when is it evening? Ye say, it will be fair weather, for the sky is red. Okay, that's sundown. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? Why? Because they're gazing at the stars. But this is twofold, this verse. Matthew 16:4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. Why? Why are they an adulterous generation? One, because they believe in Greek gods. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Those are forms of Greek gods. Two, it's sticking to the topic. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. Think about today's times. How many people who have had sex, you women, how many of you women who have actually had sex with men and lost your virginity? Okay? That first man that you lost your virginity to is supposed to be your husband. That's a gift that the Most High gives you. You opening up your legs. That's called an anniversary gift. All right, it's supposed to last during the entire time of your marriage. So when you give that flower away early to a man who is not trying to commit to you, and then you go and get with the next man, you're adulterous. Okay, same thing with you women who get married. And you just leave your husband. You just walk away from your husband. And you go out there and you have boyfriend after boyfriend. That's an adulterous generation. Because every man that you get with, you cause that man to commit adultery. Every single man. So in today's society, it's almost impossible to get with a woman who is a virgin. Okay? In other words, because of women's fertility of having sex at a very early age, because it's pushed in this generation through the media, through the bulletin boards, and so forth, that the whole generation is adulterous. Okay? Every single one, even the married people who have gotten married, they're participating in adultery, because that's not their first wife. Okay? Just to give you some food for thought. You wonder why Yahushua said, a wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. Why would he call them adulterous generation? That's because they're into all different idolatries, and they're practicing unsafe sex and safe sex and everything else with many partners. I'll read the whole verse. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given unto it but the sign of the prophet Jonas. And he left them and departed. All right. Now, there's several verses that talk about the fornication the fornicators will not inherit the kingdom of heaven. Even in the book of Revelation, 22nd chapter, it talks about how the fornicators will be outside of the walls of Jerusalem. Okay. So that's not only talking about fornicating sexually, it's also talking about fornicating with many other gods. So it's twofold. Same thing with adultery, is fornicating with many other gods as well. Okay, you got to remember, we're married to the Most High by keeping His laws. We're one. When we fornicate with other gods, then we're not one anymore. We're adulterers. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back again. Let me type it in. So we're going to move on to the next law. Thou shalt not steal.